it's going to smooth out the jagginess. I don't know if you can see that, but everything is really smooth. There's no jaggy stuff anymore. Everything is super, super smooth. What's going on, guys, and welcome back to a brand new Fortnite video. My name is Creek, and today, guys, I'm going to be telling you guys, I'm going to be showing you guys how you can stop lag in Fortnite, how you can increase your FPS, your frame rate, and get better performance in Fortnite on PC. Now, right off the bat, I want to say that ultimately everything comes down to your hardware. If your computer is just not that great, and you're not going to be able to get, you know, the best performance out there. You'll still be able to increase your performance, but you're not going to be able to get the best performance out there possible. Now, if you're just having a little bit of performance issues, maybe you want a little bit more FPS or something like that, you want to fix a little bit of lag, this video will definitely help you, so stay tuned. So right off the bat, what you want to do, guys, is we're going to go into our settings. Now, it should noted and be said that if you have any like extra big apps running on your computer, you know, while you're playing Fortnite, turn them off, okay? Close your internet browser, close up anything that could be taking up computer resources while you're playing the game. Now, I can't go through and show you, you know, everything to turn off because everyone has different programs on their computer depending on, you know, what kind of, you know, like what you do on your computer. Go turn those off, come into Fortnite, make sure everything's off before you start playing, and it'll really help with these problems. All right, so let's go over these graphic settings here, and I'm gonna tell you guys what you can do to increase your FPS. So the windowed mode is very important, okay? You want to play on full screen mode. I know a lot of people play on windowed full screen. You'll want to play on full screen mode. It's gonna give you more FPS, a higher frame rate. You just want to do it, okay? Display resolution. Now, you can turn this down, okay? But I'm going to show you guys a trick, okay? If you're having a little bit of lag on Fortnite, turn this to your monitors, basically the max you can go. My monitor is a 1080p monitor, so that's what I'm going to use here, okay? Turn it up to whatever your monitor is. Now, your frame rate limit, all right? You want to turn this to either your monitor's refresh rate, or if you don't know your monitor's refresh rate, it's probably 60. So you can either put it at 60 or you can put it at unlimited, okay? If you're having some lag issues, I'd recommend just putting it on unlimited. Now, I'm going to keep it at 144 because that's my monitor's refresh rate, but if you're having lag issues, just pop it on unlimited. Now, quality. You don't really need to mess with this because we're going to go through and adjust everything individually, but this right here, guys, 3D resolution. I'm going to show you guys what this does in the game because not a lot of people actually know what it really does. This right here is how you're going to get a lot of performance, okay? Now, all this stuff right here, view distance, shadows, you can turn all of this off. Now, I know a lot of people probably watching this like, if I turn the graphics all the way down, I'm not gonna be able to see characters or you know, effects as well, and as such, I'm gonna start losing games because I'm just not, you know, as good as everyone else because my settings are down. All right, so actually what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna hop into a game and I'm gonna show you what each one of these does, and tell you how you can fix your lag and increase your performance. So let's go through these settings, guys, okay? Now, obviously, if you're having some low FPS, what you want to do is you want to turn everything to low. That's like the first thing people think of, okay? Now, there's some other things I should point out here, okay? VSync, make sure this is off. A lot of people have this on. I think it's on by default. Turn this off. This will severely limit your FPS, okay? If you're having lag issues, turn off VSync, okay? Do that, all right? Motion blur, all right? Turn off motion blur, okay? I don't think it actually has a huge impact on your FPS. Motion blur doesn't, but turn that off, okay? And then also turn on show FPS so we can actually see our frame rate. I'm gonna hit apply real quick, though. I'm gonna hit apply. The game's gonna load in low graphics, and as you can see, I understand why a lot of people don't do this because it makes it really hard to play Fortnite. You can see my FPS up there in the right. I think my face cam might be in the way, but basically I have max FPS right now. I'm on low settings, of course, but the game looks basically like crap. So Creekcraft, what can I do? Well, here's what you can do. You can go on in here and you can turn the 3D resolution up to 1080p. Now, this is what I would recommend. I would recommend having everything on low, but just turn the resolution, the 3D resolution, down or up to 1080p. That way the game still looks pretty good. You can see stuff, you know, you can see people in the distance, all that stuff, but the game is, you know, it's still on low settings, so you're going to get a lot of performance out of it. Now, if this doesn't work, okay, if you're still having lag issues, there's something else you can do. All right, there's something else you can do. This is what you want to do. All right, you want to turn your 3D resolution down. I'm going to assume most people have 1080p monitors. That's pretty much what most everyone has. All right, turn the 3D resolution down to 720p. All right, it is 1280 by 720. It is right there. There it is, 66%. Okay, now at 720p, the game is still gonna be pretty manageable. All right, it looks fine. All right, it's not the best settings, but it's still pretty much very clear. If you look at the distance, there's still, you know, there's a few blurry stuff in the distance, but for the most part, everything looks fine. And I think this is where a lot of people get like confused. They either turn it down all the way, which looks absolutely terrible, as you can see, and then you can't see anything, or they turn it up all the way. But what you want to do is turn it down to 1280 by 720. That is 720p. All right, and it's still gonna look, you know, relatively good. You can see stuff in the distance, and it's a good way to get a lot of FPS, you know, for very minimal, you know, like sacrificing in looks. Now, real quick, I kind of just want to go through what all these settings do so you guys can mix and match at your own, you know, your own pace and your own like computers. But if we leave everything at, I'm gonna turn this back up just for the sake of this, of showing this off. If we turn view distance on Epic, all right, let's just take a look. Let's take a look. Right here, let's take a look right here at this mountain. Okay, let's look at everything we can see. We have some chests right there. We can see some items over there. We can see the bus. We can see the ATV right there. We can see the stuff on the mountains. Now, if I turn the view distance down, what do we see? Well, the items are gone. Okay, we still see the stuff on the mountains. We still see the ATV and the bus, but the items aren't there. There's some right there, but the ones over there are gone. So something you can do at view distance, and something I recommend doing, is just turn it up to about far. All right, turn it up to about far here if you can. And that way you still see the items right there, but it's not that, you know, taxing on your computer. You can still see the, you know, the mountain stuff. You can still see everything here, but you can also see the items right there. Now, something else you can do too, make sure shadows are off, make sure anti-aliasing is off, because obviously, I mean, I'll show you guys what shadows do, but it's pretty obvious. They just put a shadow on everything. It's shadows. They don't really increase your performance. In fact, I recommend just having them off altogether. Anti-aliasing. Now, let me show you guys what this does. I'm going to put this back down to 1280 720 so I can show you guys what this does here, because it's actually pretty interesting. This works. I'll just put it on that. All right, so as you can see, the stuff in the background right there is kind of jaggy. It doesn't look too great, but if we turn anti-aliasing on to Epic, it's gonna smooth out the jagginess. I don't know if you can see that, but everything is really smooth. There's no jaggy stuff anymore. Everything is super smooth. That's another thing you can do too, is you can turn the 3D resolution down. All right, so let's say you turn it down to 1280. Where is that? It's really, there we go, 1280 by 720. Leave everything, you know, to low. Maybe put view distance on high, and then turn up at the anti-aliasing to maybe high. And that way the stuff in the distance doesn't look blurry. As you can see, the trees, they're not blurry. We can turn it off though, and you can see the trees get very blurry. So if you are playing on a lower resolution, you can always turn that up, and it helps out a lot. No, I think the other stuff is pretty self-explanatory, really. Oh my gosh, I have a big forehead. Don't look at that. Textures, it just increases the quality of textures, you know, on your avatar and stuff. Doesn't really impact the game any. The effects, same thing. It just makes the explosions a lot bigger. You know, you can see the tornado right there, the effect on the tornado there at the bottom. It's really crazy, but if I turn it down some, it's not going to be as insane. As you can see, it's you know, there's not as much dust and stuff just popping up there. Same with the post-processing. If we turn that up, it kind of, I think post-processing as like shadows, and like it's kind of like this layer of like perfection it puts over the game, if I'm understanding that correctly. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I usually have that off anyway. I don't 100% understand that, but that's what that does there, and that's pretty much goes through all the settings. So finally, to kind of like re-elaborate here, something really easy you can do to get your FPS. Okay, put your view distance on high, that way you can see the game and everything. All right, keep everything on low, make sure VSync is off, make sure motion blur is off, and then lower your 3D resolution down to 1280, which is right here, 1280 by 720, and this is gonna make the game playable. You can see stuff in the distance. It's not really too too blurry, and you can play. You can even see the supply drop coming down right there. You can play the game, you can see people, and you get a lot of performance out of it. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Hopefully it helped you guys out. I know for a lot of you guys this is going to be like information, but I get asked this a lot on stream, so I thought I'd make a video about it. As always though, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys are new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe, hit the bell icon, turn on your notifications, and that way you'll be notified of all future Fortnite videos, live streams, everything we got going on here on the channel. And of course, hit the like button on your way out, and let me know down below if this helped you, if it didn't help you. Hopefully it did help you. And thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.